Hello. So you've been working on learning song structure, and what we're going to do today is use Logic to help you with creating a song structure for a song you're going to produce. Now, Logic is a powerful digital audio workstation for song production. Even if you're not fluent in playing a musical instrument or have any musical training, you can produce professional sounding music using this software. So Logic has some very useful tools to help a music creator lay the foundation of the song. And that's what we're going to focus on today. And in this step, we're mainly going to focus on just, like you've been learning about song structure, verse, chorus, verse, bridge, or, whatever format you're going to choose. So yeah, we're going to use Logic Pro. So I have an empty project here. I'm going to go ahead and select that. And as I've mentioned before, maybe earlier video, you can select your key and all that stuff here, your time signature, which is part of the process we're going to go through as we start to create our own music. But right now we're just going to, like I said, focus on the structure. So I'm not going to touch any of that. And I'm just going to say choose here. And then of course we get this window. We're going to open up software instrument external MIDI, and this window may pop up first. If that's the case, yeah, you don't have to worry about that, the other window that I clicked on. But yeah, so we're going to choose the software instrument. We'll just keep it one track. Again, we are not really adding any instruments, any music. What we're doing in this process is just going to create our song structure. So as I mentioned, this is actually going to be kind of what we're kind of doing with this is we're going to be doing different steps throughout this pathway that builds kind of a, I would say, like, it's pre-production, or I'm going to call it a song foundation for a template for you to create your own music. Now, you don't have to use this template, but this is just going to show you some steps on how to create a template that will help you with your music production in the future. So we're going to save this first, and let's go ahead and hit save. And we're going to use our normal naming structure. I'll use my name. We'll call this Song Foundation. And then the last thing I'm gonna call it, the last part of the naming, I'm actually gonna call it song structure, because we're focusing on song structure today. So you'll save that, of course, on your folder in your desktop. I hope you'll want to create a folder just for this project. And like I said, my hope is that down the road, this will become the foundation for your first music production and for the final project in this pathway. So yep, let's save it. Boop, there it is, named, ready to go. Again, we're not worried about this. We're not worried about any of this. We are worried about building our song structure. So if you see this little arrow here, this is called your global track button. If you click down on that, you'll see it pops down all these little different things. So we have arrangement, marker, tempo, signature, and chord. And this is where we're going to build out our foundation. But today we are focusing only on arrangement. So what we're going to focus on today is the arrangement tool. So you'll see here there's a nice little white plus symbol on the left side, or right side, sorry, your left, on the right side. And we're going to hit that plus, and you'll see it makes this nice little gray bar, and then what it started with was the intro. Now, most songs do start with an intro, though some songs even can start with a chorus. I've known songs to do that, but usually there's an intro. So yeah, I'm going to keep that there. You could lengthen this to, you could shorten it up to 4 bars if you wanted. You can do you know what, I'm going to do mine 4. Let's do a 4-bar intro. No, let's do 8. I'm making up my mind here. 8 bars of intro. Now, if I hit the plus symbol again, you'll see it automatically puts the next 8 bars in as a verse. And that's exactly what I want in my song. So 8 bars of a verse. And again, now a verse could be 8 bars, it could be 4 bars, it could be a little longer. But, 8 bars is a typical verse sometimes. So we'll keep it that way for now. And then I'm going to hit the plus symbol again. Oh, and put in the chorus. But you know what I think I want to do with this song? A lot of songs will have what's called a pre-chorus. Now, I don't think there's an actual selection for pre-chorus, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the plus symbol again. And you'll see here it made what's called a bridge. And I actually wouldn't want that to be the bridge right now anyway. I would actually want that to go back to a verse after the chorus. But I'm going to make what's called a pre-chorus. So if you see here, I hover over this word, and you see these little arrows pop up. You click down, you have all these different choices. You don't see pre-chorus in there, of course, so I'm going to choose rename. And now I can make my own pre-chorus. All right, so I've created a pre-chorus. I only want that to be 4 bars for the pre-chorus. And I'm going to take and I'm going to drag that right here in front, and it should automatically move things. Yeah, so now we have our intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus. Now I want another verse. I could hit the plus symbol again, or I actually can just click on this and hit Option, drag, and now I just moved the verse over. And then I can do the same thing with this. So we're going to go Option, drag, and now I have my pre-chorus, chorus, and the last thing I want, well, there's the last 2 things. I'm gonna hit the plus sign again. Yep, there's my bridge, and then I hit the plus symbol one more time, and there's my outro. Now you could do another chorus, then an outro, but I'll just say outro, and the outro will probably be kind of the chorus. So that's gonna be my, my template for now. Let me hit Command and the right arrow key, back arrow key to zoom out here a little bit more. So now, yeah, I've got my intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, outro. That's it. I have built the structure of my song. Now, again, when you are doing this, think about what type of song you're creating. You may not want to do the typical verse, pre-chorus, chorus. You may want to create a song that's, the same, as you're learning the music theory. You may choose to use the same chord progression all the way through for the verse and the chorus. I think that's what that's called, the AAA song, I believe, or something like that. So think about the message you're trying to get across. Think about the feeling you're trying to get across, and you'll build your structure according to that. So, but this is a pretty typical structure that you'll find from a lot of pop artists or even in the rock world. So yeah, we'll stick with that. And that's pretty much it. So, and then along the way, we'll be using these other things to, build your, get your key signatures, your tempos, your time signatures, whatever you're going to choose for your music. But that comes a little later. So that is how you build song structure in Logic Pro. And just a quick note, as you are building out this song foundation, you may find that some things work and some things don't, or things just don't feel like they're flowing. This can all be rearranged or changed. So if you're not digging the pre-chorus, you can select it, get rid of the pre-chorus, and arrange things otherwise. That's the nice thing about this. This is just kind of a foundation that will help you along the way as you experiment and create your own music. So just a note that you can change this out, but once you kind of get a structure that you want, all you have to do for this assignment is, in a sense, take a quick picture of the layout and submit it. So, and make sure you're zoomed out enough that I can see your whole song. And to zoom in and out within Logic is just Command and the left and right arrow keys. The left one zooms in and the right one zooms out. So now I have my structure, and then you just take a quick screenshot of the layout. So it's Shift Command 3. You'll see it popped up there. I'll pop it up here so you can see. Take this image, rename it, because it will probably just say screenshot on your desktop. Please do rename it your name, song foundation, song structure, and don't worry about that tracks. That just automatically put that in there. I don't know why. But anyway, yeah, your name, song foundation, song structure. Put it in a Google folder and submit it to this assignment, as you know. So good luck.